Hey everybody, this is your daily dose of all things royal. Welcome back so soon, my gorgeous good-looking friends. In my last video, one of my beautiful subscribers had commented that Meghan and Harry's lawyers had reached out to BACKGRID. Now, at that moment, I had no idea what they were talking about, so I did a little investigation, and my apologies for being late about this one. Oh my God. Just when you think the drama is over, it just seems to be getting worse. So now the mini dictator throws a legal letter at BACKGRID Photo Agency, and TMZ is writing stating that Harry and Meghan demand photo agency give them footage of Chase. Agency fires back, "You can't play by King's rules." So the article says it's pretty intense. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are trying to put the squeeze on a photo agency that claimed their freelance paparazzi who followed the couple Tuesday night were not, as M&H claimed, highly aggressive and didn't cause a near collision. Harry and Meghan's legal team fired off a letter to BACKGRID Photo Agency claiming in part they need the agency's footage of the chase to shore up their own security, adding, "We hereby demand that BACKGRID immediately provide us with copies of all photos, videos, and/or film taken last night by the freelance photographers after the couple left their event and over the next several hours." So here's what this really is saying. It's, look, guys, we need to get everything that was taken because our plan backfired, and we certainly don't want additional footage coming out showing that we are a bunch of liars. So anyway, it continues on and it says, BACKGRID's lawyer has rejected the Sussex's demand, saying in a letter, in America, as I'm sure you know, property belongs to the owner of it. Third parties cannot just demand it be given to them, as perhaps kings can do. Perhaps you should sit down with your client and advise them that his English rules of royal prerogative to demand that the citizenry hand over their property to the crown were rejected by this country long ago. We stand by our founding fathers. Mic drop. Bravo, BACKGRID. Time to stand up, and it's time to speak out about all the shenanigans that these two have been executing on the last 5 years in staging these ridiculous scenarios. Anyhow, it continues to say, BACKGRID says they had 4 photogs, 3 in cars and 1 on a bike, adding they had no intention of causing any distress or harm, as their only tool was their cameras. And to close out this article, it says there's no legal basis for BACKGRID to turn over its footage. No lawsuit has been filed that would require the agency to turn over documents. Nevertheless, the demand was made. As we reported, Harry and Meghan's team called their encounter with Paps near catastrophic, but NYPD sources say that's way overblown. Yes, my friends, this is all collapsing in front of them, and they are panicking. This is a panic move, and they look even more pathetic and sad that they've been called out. Now, I guarantee they're not coming back to New York because the mayor put his foot down, and nobody can scream racism in this situation. So let them try. Let them try. Harry, go back to Mana Shit Show with your tail between your legs because New York is not having it, as well as LA apparently is not having it now. The entitlement and arrogance of this couple is astounding to me. Like, we could care less about his wife and her title, but even more so, we don't see Prince Harry and his title meaning dick here. So for him to assert himself and demand that people turn over their personal property to him, who is he? This little Napoleon dictator thinks that he can come to this country, trample all over our civil rights, and behave in a manner as if he owns the place and owns this land and country? I'm sorry, King Charles, if you're listening, please come and get your son. Pack him up and send him on his way, because I'm telling you this right now, if he continues on the path that he is continuing on and pissing more and more people off, They're becoming, if not already, public nuisances. And the fact that they're abusing their royal status in order to have this public platform, I believe now America has grown fed up of these two, and it's getting worse day by day. This incident has now escalated, and we are starting to see bigger companies start to push back on these two. And quite frankly, I don't see them stepping down. Now, what my suggestion is King Charles, you need to bring your son back into the fold with his wife and get them sorted. This is not our problem. You allowed this monster into the family, giving entitlements that should have been taken away, such as starting with those titles to gain access and this assumption that they have a certain kind of status in the United States, causing them to abuse their public platform. It is irresponsible, it is reckless, and right now it's pissing off a lot of people. Quite frankly, this doesn't look good on the monarchy because what they have managed to do is bastardize really what royalty is supposed to mean. The United States right now is looking at the monarchy and scratching our heads saying, why are these two even here, asserting themselves, thinking that they have superiority over the rest of the Americans? I think what is clear, and that will start to happen, is that all of this bad behavior is going to start to trickle over to across the pond and affect the reputation of what royalty and the monarchy is supposed to represent. These two grifters who have been causing so much trouble and being divisive is only going to affect the monarchy brand should the king do absolutely nothing. So if they want to protect the reputation, and I think especially King Charles for longevity purposes, he needs to take some kind of action and put his foot down, claiming and separating himself from this. And the first thing to do, and I think the only thing that really needs to be done, is remove those titles. Take them away and give Harry the just Harry that he so claimed he wanted to be when he first thought that it was a good idea to leave the monarchy in the first place. And right now, King Charles needs to practice tough love and recognize that he should not be afraid to taking affirmative action, because it's not going to be him that causes Harry to go over the edge. We all know that the wife is pushing him surely but slowly towards that goal. And let it be known that all this stress that he's enduring is not a result of the family. This is a result of Doria and her daughter sitting right next there, acting all smug, knowing what they're doing. Anyhow, that's all I gotta say. This was a real quick video. As you know, I will be back with more content. But until then, please be safe, and I will talk to you later. Bye!
Such a fraud.